fungible idiots, don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just holding to zero. It's our everything. Round tripping positions, that's how we roll. We won't make a dollar, won't sell a thing. We're the zero holders, our anthem we sing. Zero holders, our anthem we sing. Zero holders, we're the kings of the sea. And run for your money if you live in the dream. We're all on the zero, it's our way to be.
Mega GMs. Good morning, guys. How are we? I mean, I'm good. How are you, though? How the fuck are you boys? Hang on. I don't know why I can't get this thing going on time lately. Thank you, Rocky. Good morning, man. Dude, I'm late like every Saturday now. It's kind of a bummer. It's not good. It's not good. Used to be tight. Okay. Feel like a couple things are off. Whatever. No biggie. Okay, hang on. CJ, good to see you, brother. Let's do it quick. The GMs. We start with the GMs. CJ, good morning. I think we got a fun week coming up, dude. I don't know. I just got a feeling, man. Choina, good morning. I know your time's short with us. Got you time. Rocky, though, good morning. I think Henry might be watching. I might see if Henry wants to join up. Henry's in like attack mode. I don't know if it's a good thing. Henry's in attack mode, though. Henry doesn't give a fuck anymore, man. Did you really, Rocky? Hang on. I do want to quickly do the title thumbnail stories because I'm aware people click on this because of that, and then I sometimes take an hour to get to it. I should probably get to it kind of quick here. But I had a buddy, Rocky, text me yesterday. Actually, well, fuck it. I think I got to jump to that real quick. Okay. Cardano and Strategy we'll get to like in a minute. I had a buddy text me last night and said he's thinking about getting a puppet. I couldn't believe they're at 1,000. That's pretty spicy, dude. All right, hang on. I got to see this. 0.014. I'm surprised node monks are holding up so well. But dude, 0.014, 1,200. Well, dude, Quantum Cat's at 1,200. Hang on. Where's Pup? Okay, they're basically same price. Puppets and Quantum Cat's wild. Taproot Wizards are down to 8 or 9 grand. Fuck me. Wow. Yeah, so buddy, they will. I think we all know like puppets are going to be the most explosive on either side. They fall the furthest or the quickest, and they'll go the other side the quickest too. It's just what they are. Which is cool. Dude, I like that. Yeah, so my buddy texted me about that and also about William and Pan art. He's like, dude, that's down to like $1,300 floor on a specific, like a really nice collection. Some good buys out there. There's some really good buys out there. If the market comes back and, dude, I'm pretty sure market's going to look pretty fantastic here over the next 6-12 months. This stuff's going to go up with it. I know people swear it's not, right? I know people think it's all like NFTs, especially like just over. Now, yes, but also people will gamble on them. People are going to make money on them. Puppets back to, honestly, Puppets back to like 5K or something. When the market gets really hot, price it in USD, 5K, 3K, whatever. You probably got a good, easy 2, 3, 4, 5X out of a puppet. I dig that. Rocky. Nice pickup, man. I'd be tempted if I were. I'm not ready to deploy yet. I'm not But if puppets hang around here long enough, I would do that. I would. Okay. By the way, smash a like on the show. You know the deal. We're live on PUMPFUN today. Funny how the CCM thing's played out, right? Still think it can work. I do. But we're live on Abstract. We're live on X. We're live on YouTube, like always. Hit the like wherever. But subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe over here. Okay. Fuck, it's Thanksgiving week coming up. I can't wait. Dude, my son's in town. My son came in town, got in town last night. Haven't seen him in like September, October. It's like 2-ish months. It's crazy. Kids grow like Some of you know because you got kids. And if any of you have kids who've gone off to college, they change so much. Like when they're like, I remember that time, right? Like they changed so fucking much. He looks totally different. So funny. He's like growing out a little beard. He's just a little bigger. It's weird, dude. Fucking weird. I love it. It's gonna be a fun week. Who's got like Thanksgiving plans, like travel plans, family shit? I can't wait for the week. We got family coming in town. Still gonna do streaming every day. We got plans all week long. But I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. Okay. Want to talk today about a couple things. Okay, one more quick delay. One more quick one, and I'm gonna play this. Sorry, but I'm gonna give Kagi a quick shout out here. And then Strategy and Cardano. I think we'll hit Cardano first. Strategy is interesting. I'll say this. There is an attack on Strategy right now, right? I'm talking MicroStrategy. And the timing's so fucking interesting, right? We're trying to figure out what happened on 1010 and why we're still down so bad. And there's like a dozen reasons, like all of them are on their own. All the reasons on their own are really, they're good enough reasons. They are. Yeah, good point, CJ. You should do it though, just like honorary. But all these reasons on their own are all good enough reasons to have the market like down. But we've got like 10 things combined that are shitting on this market. But one of them is an attack on Strategy, a very coordinated attack, and it looks like it's political. It's getting kind of spicy here. You're working, man. That's criminal, dude. Anyway, Kagi won, what is it? Streamer of the year. Like, I think it's a gaming streamer. But at the Game Awards. Yeah, I think it's just streamer of the year. There you go, bro. Just do the mashed potatoes, especially. It's the best part. I'm on mashed potato duty now. They like my family thinks I have like some secret like recipe, or they just think I'm good at mashed potatoes. I'm not. You just fucking pour endless amounts of like heavy whipping cream and butter in the thing. You can't get them wrong. I think they suck. They're like pasty and and tons of garlic. But they think I'm really good at it, so whatever. Kagi got streamer of the year from the Game Awards yesterday. Kagi's fucking awesome, dude. I started watching Kagi a few years back, right? Actually, like 2.5 years ago. I started watching Kagi before I started streaming because I was doing recon, right? I was starting to look at like streamers and what they do and like how I was just trying to pay attention to like Web3 streamers, and there's not a ton, right? So like I started doing my morning 5-minute videos. Okay, hang on. I'm trying to remember the order it happened. Maybe it doesn't matter. I didn't start with the 5-minute videos. I started with like 20 to 30 or 40-minute morning updates. It was something like that, right? And it eventually became the 5-minute updates. But when I first started this thing, the streaming thing, I was looking for content creators, streamers in crypto. I found Kagi. And he was so fucking nice, dude. I would just watch him. I'd chat in the chat. I love that. Like what you guys are doing is like my favorite. That's what I watch. I don't really watch shows. I watch like YouTubers and I like to chat and it's fun. And Kagi was the guy I did that with. And he was always so fucking nice. And I would like ask him questions because I told him I was starting and like wanted to get good and whatever. And he was so fucking awesome and helpful. And he would give advice. He checked out my channel. He liked what I was doing, which was so fucking cool. And he's the guy who actually connected me to the Web3 guys, right? The NFT live guys. He connected me to Q and Biggie and GIF. He literally, I'm trying to think how it worked. I think he told them about me. they were doing the live show, right? He saw my 5-minute videos and my update stuff, and he's like, you guys should do something together. So like, I think Q reached out to me. I think that's how it worked. I think Q reached out to me because Kagi mentioned, and that was that, dude. And I owe a lot to that. It's not like I'm fucking big or anything here, but when you start something, it's a whole learning process, right? You don't know what you're doing and you don't know how to do it, the technical side, but also when you get in front of the camera, like how to speak. Like it's really, it sounds like it's easy, obvious, turn on the camera, talk. It is that. You actually overcomplicate it when you start. But there's like a cadence to it. There's a flow. You start learning. And I'm not good at this, by the way, but you start learning how to like keep people engaged, and you start getting aware of like when you're losing people. Like there's an art to it. And I don't think I'd learn it to where I'm at now. Again, I'm not saying it's good because I don't think it is, but it was, I'd say directly getting connected to Q and Biggie and Gifted that I got even a little head start, like, right? Got some reps in, got some experience, got to watch, like, Q is fucking amazing. Nifty's like gifted at this thing. He really is. So like getting to watch them and work with them, I got to see up close like how to do it and how to do it at a really, really like high level for him. Oh, cool, dude. They're all good guys, man. Actually, Ronan liked a tweet of mine earlier in the week, and I realized I haven't talked to Ronan in like 3, 4, 5, 6 months, something. It's been a minute. I need to see how that dude's doing. I love Ronan. I know he's had a rough stretch though. You know, what's up, English? Good morning, man. Oh, we're talking UFO shit today too. I hope most of the show is UFO stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna play this for a minute, and we're gonna talk strategy, and we're gonna talk Cardano.
Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been 5 years. It's been 5 years grinding. Started with Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity gave me a home. Running Network gave me a home, and then I expanded that influence into other games. And I'm glad to be part of this journey with all the other content creators, like Icy as well, Sam as well. I know I've said a few
Icy's
things
awesome.
out there that some people might not like. Let's just say I apologize. I apologize. Shout out to my crew.
Anyway, Kagi's fucking awesome, and that's it. If you don't know Kagi, he might not be your cup of tea. He covers like mostly Ronin stuff and gaming, but he's just fucking fun and he's funny and whatever, and he grinds and again, he helped me a lot at the start, so fucking great to see that for Kagi. Cool guy. Fucking cool guy. Quick look at the market, because that does set up everything we're going to chat about today here. How we looking? Bitcoin, let's say just under 84K. I was doing my Friday spaces with the quant.fun guys, and everybody's trying to feel where we're at, where we're going, whatever. But one of them, they're really good, by the way. Like, I think really good traders, especially Dylan. Apparently is like very fucking good. Anyway, they ran some numbers that are like interesting spot we're at right here. Bitcoin, you know, in the low 80s, low to mid 80s. If you factor in inflation, we're essentially at last bull market's high. Right? That is a level we look for, like falling to the previous market's top, right? It's a thing. We may be there if that matters, but we may be there. What's up, Luna? We may be there factoring in. I can get with that, but we may be there if you factor in inflation. Yeah, English, I can get there for sure. Yeah, I can't wait to see how it plays out. Remember, we had this that Spider-Man dude who was on our spaces yesterday. Why did I bring him? Hang on, what was the point there? Oh, the point, like, here no matter what, dude, just fuck it. We're here. We're having some fun, man. That's it. It's the only reason for this stuff. You know, stay on top of shit, stay plugged in enough that you catch things. The end. That simple. Okay. I don't think we're going to figure out the why things are the way they are yet. I mean, again, there's like 10 different reasons. It's a lot. Oh, shit. Hang on. ETF volume yesterday, apparently monster volume. I do want to peek. But one of those reasons Seems strategy related. How was yesterday? Hang on. Wait, why did this tweet say, what did it say? All-time high yesterday? Bitcoin ETF volume all-time high yesterday. Okay, so that doesn't mean net flows. Okay, hang on, let me see. Volume all-time high, but inflows, we end up just positive 238 mil on Bitcoin. They got to start tracking the Ripple ETFs here. I would love to see that. ETH 55 mil, and then hang on real quick, Solana. Solana, great dude. Fuck, Solana's just different, you know, like 10.4 mil. Okay, so you guys probably saw this week towards the end of the week, some FUD around strategy, and something to do with trying to classify strategy as a fund instead of whatever it is right now. Right here, let's get some links up on the screen. With here's like the end game, the goal. It's getting strategy unlisted or delisted from the NASDAQ 100. Also, I didn't realize that, but blocked from the S&P 500 eligibility. They're trying to classify strategy as a fund so it cannot be included in that index. Reason why is, and CJ, you'll correct me on anything I'm wrong about here, I hope, but there's some people who invest in this like NASDAQ 100 fund, something like that, right? So it's a really easy way for investors to get exposure to these like top 100, stocks. Like, it's a quick TLDR way of putting it. If they're classified as a fund, they don't qualify to be in there. All of a sudden, harder for people to get exposure. Not harder, but right, there's just an easy way of getting exposure to strategy by buying into that index. That simple. But it sounds like there's something a little more coordinated going on. And actually maybe it's been going on for a bit, and I don't know if we've caught wind of it. This may actually tie into what happened on 10/10 as well. It may. Yesterday, we saw a couple people tweeting about this, starting with Rand Noonan, right, from Crypto Banter, putting out a tweet, about strategy and why it's bullshit to have them classified as a fund. But more than that, it's somebody taking that story and going even a little further with it and showing that, check this out. That this news actually broke. Oh, hang on. Here we go. There's a lot of passive inflows into strategy through NASDAQ ETFs. Okay, so it's through ETFs then. Okay, interesting. And you could understand then why people might be bearish on strategy all of a sudden. Like Bitcoin price is one of those things, right? That's one of those ways people attack strategy. But you disqualify them from being part of this, ETF, then there's a whole other way. Passive exposure is in the name of almost $9 billion. Okay, if they're disqualified, and again, I hope I'm getting this right. If they're disqualified, forces up to almost $3 billion of selling if they're no longer included in that fund. So you can understand then why it's like important. It's an important story, right? But here's where it gets a little spicy. A couple things. I want to find the tie into 10/10. Here we go. There was an announcement made about this on 10/10 on the day. The day. Do we have a name for 10/10? I don't remember if we gave it like an official name, right? We need a name. Biggest liquidation event in the history of crypto, 10/10. And the timestamp of it is, it seems like shortly before the market kind of nuked. Could be total coincidence. Total coincidence. But I don't know. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I like it. More than that, though. And actually, the talk right now is that, oh man, it could get spicy. We'll see. Maybe a little spicy. Talk is that this is actually coordinated FUD. And maybe more from like the Elizabeth Warren camp. Maybe. Got some videos to play here. Here we go. Operation Choke Point 3.0, maybe? All right, let's check this out.
All right, so some of the comments online, people are talking about some of the previous videos and the timing on JP Morgan, okay, and when they actually increase the margin requirement on MSTR.
Oh, this is a separate storyline. This is a whole separate, again, thing happening to Strategy.
Online, people are talking about some of the previous videos and the timing on JP Morgan, okay, and when they actually increase the margin requirement on MSTR.
So this actually, I think, happened over the summer. JP Morgan, you heard him say it, increased the to have.
So let's look at that, right? So I have an email here from JP Morgan on July 7th, okay? That is when they did a firm-wide increase in the margin requirement for MSTR. Now, let's look at that, right? So we have a chart here, right? And I overlaid the vol.
Is that quiet? Hang on. I think that's as loud as it can go. China, have a great day, buddy. Is that hard to hear? Yeah, I don't think I can make it any louder. Shit.
On that chart. Let's look at July 7th, this line here, okay? Now, on July 7th, the 90-day vol was going down between June and July. The 60-day vol is going down between June and July and continues to trend down. Stock price is stable, goes up for a bit, but now look, as they put this firm-wide margin requirement increase on MSTR, it goes up, but then it pretty much precipitously goes down, right? People had to liquidate that security. Now, there is no risk model at that time that would have told JP Morgan they should be increasing the margin requirement. This is a coordinated attack.
Could be. He's got some other videos out here too. Is this the right account? Let me see here. I don't think I've seen this guy before, by the way. I like finding new people to be following, right? Okay, that's the one we saw.
All right, so over the last few days, I've posted up a few videos on the various aspects of this assault on MSTR and the assault on their underlying asset, Bitcoin, by JP Morgan. So let's talk about the various aspects of that. First, they get short the stock, right? We know that happened because they didn't have the stock to deliver out to customers. So they're short the stock, they're motivated to have it go down, right? Second leg of that stool is now they increase the margin requirement from 50% to 95%, okay? And there's no risk model where that makes sense. The underlying asset is stable. They have no risks of default on their debt. They have minor leverage, right? So they don't need to sell Bitcoin, right? So then that third leg of the stool yesterday, they put a note out, basically a short note on the stock, a stock they don't even cover, basically saying it's going to be removed from the MSCI index and the NASDAQ 100 index, right? Basically kicking the baby when it's down. So all motivated, coordinated attacks, sequential attacks, right? Makes perfect sense. It feels to me like their business, they think their business is threatened by MSTR, their business is threatened by the DeFi network, right? By the Bitcoin network. And you want to...
Cool. Got it. More. The MSCI are proposing that any crypto company that holds more than 50% of its balance sheet and a certain crypto asset be deemed a fund. This is what they're using to get, again, Strategy classified as a fund, excluded from indexes. For Bitcoin treasury companies, understand the concern. I don't agree. I'm aligned with Saylor. Now, this is kind of interesting, too. And I think he's right here. For ETH, Sol, and other proof-of-stake assets, the case is even better, right? They stake, run validators, seed liquidity pools, earn yield. Like they are. It's not a fund. Saylor responded here too. Strategy, not a fund, not a trust, not a holding company. We're a publicly traded operating company with a 500 million software business and a unique treasury strategy that uses Bitcoin as productive capital. Anyway, it's fucking interesting. I like the conspiracy theory shit. I absolutely expect attacks on crypto from like more creative avenues. And we might be seeing that. We're probably seeing that. And I still think that there's fuckery. I still think there's more to the strategy story as far as what was the theory? Maybe that strategy is a vehicle used for the United States government to start acquiring Bitcoin, have exposure to Bitcoin. Something like that. I'm there. I can see it. There's a lot of things. I can see things that probably will never come to be, but I can see it. All right, let's see what we got here. Looks like coordinated FUD fake out before a massive pump. I feel that too. I feel like we're about to cook here. Short term. Yeah. If strategy is excluded, though, Wall Street doesn't win. Strategy did 4 U.S. IPOs this year. Oh, I don't want to read all that. Anyway, keeping our eyes on that. It's kind of where where there's smoke, there's fire kind of thing. We'll see. We'll see. Fair. I remind myself of that a lot, English, when I hear people like bull posting on any crypto, any whatever. They got a bag. They got a bag. For fucking sure. So I wouldn't doubt that for a second, man. It's a good point, too. No, there's manipulating up for sure. We see that all the time. Oh, hang on. I wanted that tweet. I wanted the Marty Party tweet. No, we see. Come on, we see manipulation on the upside all the time. It's all bullshit. Marty Party, yes, JP Morgan issued a bearish research note today. This is yesterday, wording that strategy faces potential exclusion from major fund indices like the MSCI. Come on, Marty, space this shit out. Why is this the trend right now? Like just like a wall of text. I hate that. So Thread Guy does this now. Could trigger forced selling by passive funds. Yep. $3 billion outflows. Yep. It's fueled widespread FUD in crypto circles with Saylor pushing back on X. Okay, nothing new here either, but Ricky, you'll get a different take from absolutely everybody here, I'm sure. Absolutely everybody. Well, okay, so I want to hear from, Luna and English in particular. So these guys, not super bullish on this market, but that doesn't mean they don't think price goes up in like the near term, right? Weeks, months. So like, again, English, Luna, you guys still think we've got a nice pump coming up at some point? I know you don't think anything's sustained, but back over 100? And Ricky, it all kind of depends on like your time frame and when you got in, right? Like there's so many factors here, right? It depends where you bought. I would bet we see a very, very nice bounce. I still am betting that we have a very nice 12-ish months ahead of us. Somewhere there. Yeah, here you go. Yeah. So I think we're probably all kind of here that we see a bounce. We see probably 100 again. And I'm still going to bet that we see all-time highs next year. It's a matter of like how long. Yeah, Ricky, so then you're up nicely wherever. I don't think it's wrong to lock in some of your profits right here, right now. I don't think that's crazy at all. I don't, you're in a good spot. I don't think it's crazy at all. And that's a good strategy too. I like that, guys. A lot. We pump, short it. I like that. Chad, what's up, man? Everyone cheered for ETFs and strategic reserves. We welcome the destroyer. Oh, I love this. Yeah. I like it. I mean, yeah, you can't go wrong getting your almost 3x right now, but I'm excited for what I believe is still coming. Yeah, dude, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's playing it smart. Everybody's on the same page that you'll see cheaper Bitcoin at some point in the next year or so too, right? I think we're all on the same page with a lot of this. It's more like, how are you playing it? Are you even playing it? Right? I'm not. Yeah. So again, I think we all see us with a rebound. It's like where we differ is how long the rebound lasts and also how high we get during that time, right? That's where all of us are on pretty different sides there, where I think all-time high is still coming. And I think we might see something a little more sustained. Of course, I'm hoping, but I think we all think we're going to see much cheaper Bitcoin next year at some point too. You're in a good spot though, Ricky. Like, you could make a perfect call or play, but you almost can't make like a bad play. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be up no matter. It's a pretty good spot. Pretty good spot, dude. Almost 30K. I'm trying to think around when you would have bought. Hang on, I want to peek. And man, I can't wait to get to the UFO shit. But I'll give you a quick like spoiler here. But that new documentary that came out, nothing new there. It's super fucking bummer. All right, so you bought. I mean, nice, man. You bought basically at the beginning of this run. You're in, October, November 23. Very nice, man. Very nice. Oh yeah, or maybe here. End of 22 or middle 22, yeah. Okay, I like it, CJ. CJ doesn't think we're not guaranteed to see cheaper Bitcoin next year. That's my hopium scenario, right? I think we do, but I'm more like 50-50 there. I think we do, but I'm not sure I'd bet on that either. Yeah, but Ricky, even if you're not putting in a lot right now, I think your process, right, you nailed that. So kind of build on your strategy, right? But you're being smart with it. I'm still going to be that guy with CJ. I think this time is different. And we don't know. We'll see next year if it's different or not. I'm totally okay being wrong there. May not be different at all. Feels kind of different. You know what? I want to see if I can break down this post, because this is a post that kind of it's very similar to what Marty Party says too. Again, I like Marty Party a lot. Like, I do think there's something pretty different happening. We'll see. Hunter Horsley, CEO of Bitwise. Yeah. One of those guys saying, no 4-year cycles now. Again, we'll see. Also, it's they got bags. Again, they're hoping for their bag's sake. Let me get to that article real quick. I want to see if we can break that down more. Marty Party. This is not quite on topic. Primary driver of the market collapse is wash trading. Manipulated liquidations by offshore centralized exchanges who made hundreds of billions liquidating longs they sold from almost 84 to 126, maybe. Bull posting from Julian Biddle, of course. Again, we'll see. Yeah, this is long, but maybe we can break this down. Again, this is very much a this time is different kind of thing. Hang on, let me see if we can get Grok to break this down. Dude, yes. Yeah. If it's not different, then holy shit, it's exactly a 4-year cycle. Yeah. Oh man, runes are so tough, dude. Runes are so tough. Maybe with runes specifically, I'm like, get out while you still can. I still think memes. Look, if I think the market, look, this is if the whole market bounces back and we have something that is different and we're higher than a lot of people think, longer than a lot of people think, I think memes come back during then too. I'm not sure about that though. I wouldn't feel totally. I don't know. I don't feel great about runes. Dog is at 116 mil. I mean, here I'll say this: when we enter a bear market, like to me, it's not an if at all, right? Like when. I mean, dog is going to be 20 mil. I don't know. I'm not sure I'd want to gamble on dog, and especially if you're up on it. Maybe you've got your initial airdrop if that's how you got it. I don't know. I don't have any confidence in anything, over on the rune side. Oh, I want to look at Gizmo. I'll probably puke a little bit. I was up, 30 grand at one point on Gizmo. 1 mil. Funny enough, I'm still up on Gizmo. I'm still up like 3x on Gizmo, but had a $30,000 bag or something ridiculous. Hell yeah, Ricky. Again, you're in a good spot. Okay, hang on. Let's make that full screen. Here we go. Post speculates. Oh yeah, this is okay. This is, I think this is this time is different thesis. It's a total, I think it's a fantasy scenario, but let's see. The Post speculates on a covert monetary power struggle between the Trump administration's push for treasury-led digital finance, bolstered by the 2025 Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Executive Order, the Genius Act, and JP Morgan's defense of the Fed-centric system. Oh, I was hoping for a little more in-depth. It positions MicroStrategy as a pivotal conversion bridge for institutional Bitcoin adoption under attack. Oh, this does kind of tie into the last thing. Echoing 2025 JP Morgan analysis, warning of Strategy's potential $2.8 to $8.8 billion index delisting. Yeah, this isn't what I was hoping. Not what I was hoping. Man, Ricky, another thing I wouldn't bet on. Chance, yes. Bet on it. Bet on it, no. What's up, Confusion? Good morning, man. There we go. There's a little finger pointing at Elizabeth Warren. I want to get to the alien shit. Let's hit the Cardano news. I didn't even see this till I think it was like late. Actually, I mean, this all happened in the past day, but so it's pretty new. But okay, apparently nobody gives a shit about Cardano. I know, but okay, it was being reported that Cardano had an outage, and funny enough, what's up, Dad? Good morning. Funny enough, okay, Cardano kind of an outage, and the narrative on the timeline was like, hey, Cardano's down. And nobody's talking about it. Nobody knows because nobody's using it, which I think is mostly true. Oof, English, bro. Yeah. Yeah, real talk. Yeah, I think even Cardano users didn't know because they're not even using it. It's facts, dude. Cardano had some kind of update. And someone I can't tell if they like forked to the chat. Like, I don't know exactly what they did, but they kind of brought Cardano to a screeching halt. All right, people are saying that Cardano didn't actually go down, but hang on, let's see if they have a breakdown. What happened showed the strength and blah blah whatever. Hang on, I want a breakdown of what happened on Cardano. We've got a reply from. Actually, we got a few things here. Cardano attacked a person, pushed a malicious transaction to the Cardano network. They were an ITN participant in a Cardano OG. Whoa. No, I want to find exactly what he did. Hang on, let me see if I got this. Dude, tab hell is a bad place to be sometimes. Hang on, I think I got here. Okay, here we go. Oh, I think we got a video. I hope it's not long. 11. We're not going to listen to that. Maybe we'll listen to part of it. Oh, yeah, here we go. That'll do it. 3 minutes late. Let's check this out. Quick TLDR on it. Here's what happened. Newer version of Cardano node introduced a bug. Yeah, he doesn't even break down. I want to see if this video breaks down what happened.
We were doing executive workshops, and woke up this morning, the market's tanked, and I said, "Oh, that's bad." And then somebody pulled me out of a meeting and said, "Charles, looks like we have a network partition." And I said, "Oh, on the testnet? Yeah, I heard about that yesterday." He said, "No, on mainnet." I said, "Oh, okay." And so I said, "All right, well, I've been drinking some whiskey tonight. It's going to be a fun day." So yesterday on the testnet, there was a malformed, very specially constructed delegation transaction that took advantage of a bug in a cryptographic library from that's been around since 2022, so very obscure, that created a network partition over there. So throughout the night, the engineers worked on a hotfix and were pushing the hotfix out actively to people on mainnet before an attack occurred on mainnet. So we didn't know if this was an honest action or a malicious attack. Then this morning, I think around 8 or 9 a.m. our time here in London, the malformed delegation transaction was done on Cardano, the mainnet. It was directed towards me. It was a delegation to my pool, Rat's pool. So whoever did this was sending a message, and that is what it is.
So again, it's a guy who's worked with them, right? Somebody like pretty deep in the Cardano ecosystem.
And it created a network partition. So basically, there were two chains. And we said to all the SPOs, you need to upgrade. So currently what's happening is the SPOs are upgrading and they'll continue to upgrade throughout the day.
So essentially like fork the chain.
And the old chain that doesn't have the malformed poison transaction will overtake the other chain. So currently blocks are being made on both sides. The network didn't stall. When reconciliation occurs, there'll be one network again, but the blocks on the poisoned chain will be orphaned. Now, many of those transactions in that chain can be replayed on the old chain, but some cannot. So there'll have to be a reconciliation step for that. This is one of those things that happens infrequently, but the protocol was designed to survive these types of attacks. And this is a very rare one because the attack looks like it was linked to a bug that has since been fixed. So if you're a retail user, you have Daedalus or any of this other stuff, there's nothing you need to do. If you are a SPO, you should have already been in contact with us. But in the off chance that you haven't, please install the latest release, 10.5.3. Throughout the day and the night, people will continue installing.
I love this shit, man.
You know, we'll just get it sorted out.
Here, let's see if he, because they actually have the FBI involved here now too. I think they know exactly who did it. In fact, the guy who did it posted.
Reconciliation and cleanup and it can.
Okay. I love this shit. Here, I'm gonna say I did save it. So someone essentially, it sounds like to me, forked the chain. This is the guy. This is the guy. I'm gonna go check his timeline. Small account. Sorry, I didn't know. I think this is the guy. Yeah. Sorry. I know the word isn't enough given the impact of my actions, Cardano folks. It was me who endangered the network with my careless action yesterday evening. Started off as a let's see if I can reproduce the bad transaction personal challenge. And then I was dumb enough to rely on AI's instructions on how to block all traffic in and out of my Linux server without properly testing it on testnet first. And then watched in horror as the last block time on Explorers froze. Oh, dude. I know it's just some words on screen, but I felt awful as soon as I realized the scale of what I've caused. I know there's nothing I can do to make up for the pain and stress I've caused over the past X hours. Difficult to quantify the negligence on my behalf. I'm sorry. I truly am. I didn't have evil intentions. How do you how does like one dude break something to that degree? If he really didn't even mean to, he just was like fucking around. How can one person break it to that degree? In my heart, it wasn't anything that was done for financial gain or bragging rights. I'm ashamed of my carelessness. Take full responsibility for it. He's doing this, yeah, because of the scale. And again, I think they've got the FBI involved. I think this guy's getting in deep shit. Maybe. I didn't know he looks so old, dude. Charles looks like 55. He's an interesting character, dude. He's strange. I'm sure part of me deep inside was a bit frustrated with some things and people in recent months and years. Just as I'm sure some part of me had some quiet confidence that blocks would continue to be made in the worst case scenario. But I know it's just words on screen at this stage. I didn't sell any ADA, whatever, before my testing and production disaster, or short it, or work with anyone on this, or plan it long and hard. I do have a lot to lose as a consequence of my actions. Sorry, Cardano community, I truly am. I'm very curious about these replies. So I saw people saying that he vibe coded this, right? I didn't see him say that, did he? Well, he did say he used AI. Yeah, rely on AI's instructions on how to block traffic. I mean, that shows intent, right? AI instructed him on how to block traffic. And he let it rip. So you vibe coded an exploit to halt Cardano. Should be the biggest takeaway here. If that's what really happened, that's the big story. So people telling him he knew what he was doing, blatantly exploited this thing. It's okay. Nobody uses Cardano anyways. Yeah, dude. But what a crazy story. If this guy's not really even a dev, and if he's like a super junior kind of dev, right? But he used AI to vibe code some kind of exploit. dude, we're fucked. Not saying automatically that means like this will happen on ETH and this will happen on Bitcoin or whatever, right? But that's kind of scary, right? And you have Vitalik now talking about they need to quantum proof ETH, and that's a goal by I think it's 28. So in the next 3-ish years, if dude is vibe coding an exploit that basically breaks Cardano, then what happens when quantum computers are at that point where we know they're going to get? Ricky, I liked English's call. What, a third of it? Like we all think it's going up still, so you're going to have some more opportunities to sell, right? But a third of it now is, yeah. But yeah, you got to make that call, dude. But yeah, any number that gives you some peace of mind, right? Okay, Luna would say, there you go. So sell all of it, and then at the next pump, short the market. Anyway, I can't fucking wait to see how this plays out. Cardano back up and everything fine right now, right? Hang on, I want to see if he's got like an FBI comment here. Charles says a thorough investigation is going to be done in many jurisdictions. This is a very serious felony. Ooh, impacts the lives, money, and commerce of millions of people, sir. Commerce of like 15 people.
We'll deal with that later. An investigation is going to be done. A very thorough one, because whoever did this kicked a hornet's nest. And in many jurisdictions, this is a felony, a very serious one. It's tampering and damaging a digital network. Maybe it's shits and giggles, and they think it's just fun and games. And, oh, look, we kicked Charles's toy. But these things impact the lives and money and commerce of millions of people. It's like trying to shut down an economy, conduct a cyber attack on a nation state. There are consequences. So we'll deal with that later. But for now, it's just getting the codes updated and pushing things through. That is currently underway. People are working on it. And the war room has not disbanded. They've been working for about 14 hours straight since actually the testnet was discovered. An investigation is going to be done. A very thorough.
Yeah, that guy's fucked. That poor guy. That poor fucking guy probably deserves it. I don't know. Whatever. Again, the beauty of being an enjoyer, don't care. But yeah, that guy's probably in some trouble here. We'll see. Watching for updates here. All right, I want to touch on, I want to save some of our headlines for tomorrow too. I want to talk about Vector.fun acquired by Coinbase. I might save that for tomorrow because there's some fuckery there too in that Tensor marketplace and their token, all of that kind of fucked. Let's get to some Henry FUD. How about that? Henry, if you're watching, you should come up. Yeah, Henry's like in a place. $90cc. You guys know $90cc. $90cc. Great clothes, dude. My $90cc hoodies are like some of the nicest hoodies I've ever had. Like, period. They're nice shit. They shut down earlier this year, right? I think it was this year. I don't remember if they were like bankrupt or if they just kind of called it quits. I don't remember. But okay, there was a trading competition with like, big crypto Twitter dudes. And G Money, I think, finished maybe first. He was top 3, but he might have finished first. He was first or second. I think Easy was third. No. Farouk was third. I don't think Easy was in there, but I think G Money was maybe first. And so he had tweeted out something like he made $1 million and blah, 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 whatever. Made some money, right? Henry decided to reply to that tweet. I don't know why Henry's in attack mode. I like it though, but also, Yeah, I like it. I wouldn't be what? I don't like putting out the negative energy, but also I get it. Henry says maybe you could use some of those funds to reimburse us for the premium boxes we paid for and never received, the shipping costs we incurred to ship the hoodies we prepaid for fulfillment on. Happy you got a milli though. And then G Money replies, "Oh, you mean not charging you for storage for a year while you were too busy dropping another token? Happy you rugged your community again though." Dude. So now, okay. I know this has got Henry going. As in, like, excited for the reply, excited for Henry's upcoming reply here. I can't wait to see it. But dude, Henry's going up against the cabal now. Funny enough, this kind of ties into the Vector.fun story in a weird way. Vector.fun, again, we'll probably cover it tomorrow, not today. But like the news that Coinbase acquired Vector.fun, well, there's a token associated with it called Tensor, and like a day or two or three before, that token went up like 3 or 4x, like clearly insider trading, right? And there were some comments on the timeline, people saying nobody's calling this out. It's because everybody's trying to protect like their buddies. Why are none of the crypto Twitter like big names influencers like calling out like blatantly like very obviously bad shit? Like we protect people because they're our friends online, which is a huge fucking problem here, man. Like huge problem. We saw it actually with G-Funk and Pixel Vault. Same thing happened. Even me, I wish I was like way more aggressive with calling them out. I would call them out and say, I think like out of all the scammy shit out there, I would lump them in with that Pixel Vault and said we should be going after them. And people didn't because G-Funk was like in the cabal. And I'm glad to see people calling it out with Vector.fun. But G-Money's kind of a similar thing here. G-Money's big. He's like in that in group. And I do think there was some like shitty things that happened at the end of 9DCC. And I like G-Money. But apparently, right, Henry was saying that they paid, and it's a lot of money, to get these really nice hoodies that were supposed to be in these premium boxes. Well, when 9DCC went under, they had to pay, I guess. CyberKongs had to pay to get the stuff shipped to them instead of 9DCC shipping the thing that they probably should have done. When they got them, they didn't come in these premium boxes. They came in literally like bags, just like plastic bags. So did not fulfill his end, and that's it. It's that simple. Henry calling it out. I don't know why he felt like attacking right then. I guess you see a guy bragging about making money. You spent money. You gave this guy your money, and he didn't like fulfill his end. He didn't live up to his end of whatever your deal is, and then he's bragging about making money. I can get it. I can get it. Is G Money a big mouth guy? There's a lot of them here, man, right? It's a lot. Yeah, shitty reply and then blocked Henry though. But also shitty reply because somebody attacked him on the timelines. You kind of got to. But also G Money doesn't dispute any of this, which is funny. Also, the not charging you for storage. It's what you do though. You hold the inventory. It's weird to see. It's weird to go out of business, leave people high and dry. I think we had to pay $1,000, which isn't a crazy amount, but again, had to pay to get them shipped out, like to get them because they were shutting down. They were going to get like thrown away, I guess, right? So they had to pay to get them shipped, and then they didn't get what they paid for. And then guys bragging about his money on the timeline. What was supposed to be in the premium boxes? Hoodies supposed to come with the premium 90cc packaging. So I've gotten something from 90cc before, and it does come in a really nice box. Got a hat, little like toy thingy, right? They package their shit well. And that's what they paid for. They paid for the premium 90cc packaging, didn't get it. And now war, not even war. Nobody's going to see it or care. But Henry's getting ready for a big old post to explain what actually happened. Again, it's pretty minor. But like, dude, I did want to chat with Henry and be like, dude, I don't think it's worth putting out there. I don't think it's worth it. I think you still got to play the game and like keep people on your side for what? I don't know. It sounds silly at this point. If things come back, when they come back, like it's kind of silly. But I don't know. Picking fights is like what? What's the point of it? I don't think it helps. How about that? I think that's more what I wanted to chat about with him. I don't think it helps anything. I think it can only hurt things. Right? You alienate the ETH cabal guys. That's way worse than anything else that happened. I would eat that $1,000, you know? I would just eat it rather than alienate, those kind of guys. Because again, they do protect their own, which is shitty, but they do. When Vector.fun, that situation was called out yesterday. Finally, some people started making threads, but it was only after somebody like Beanie. I think only after like Beanie had pointed out how shitty it was that nobody was calling it out. So I don't know. It is what it is. Oh, dude, real quick, back to Cardano, fucking great. Mert had tweeted this out. Charles sent the FBI after a guy who accidentally broke and halted Cardano while vibe coding. And amazing. Yeah, no, it's incredible story, dude. It's a great story. Quick heads up, if you bought the FWOG NFTs last week, Henry bought when we were on stream Sunday. I'd bought during that few day open period. You do need to go on the Phygital site and give them your ETH address. If you did it during the sale, like I did, I still went through the process, and the Phygital site had my ETH address already. I still went through the process and resaved it, but just be aware you got to do that. Those things trading at what, $650 right now for the premium ultimate box. Yeah, called the ultimate box. $650. The like individual boxes that were like 25 to mint are like 40 plus right now. So nice win in kind of a shitty market here, I think they're pricing those NFTs at somewhere like 0.1 ETH. So not bad. Market turns around. Those ETH NFTs mint on December 3rd. Market's in a better spot right there. I could see those NFTs, small supply. I could see them at maybe 0.2. Not counting on it, but I could see that happening. I could see them being worth a bit more. So yeah, I dig it. The FWOG thing went well. Who am I simping on, bro? What was that? All right, UFO time. You guys ready? UFOs. I'm also gonna put Caesar on your radar too. Just putting it on the radar. Actually, hang on. Maybe another tweet here. I think we might be seeing the start of another like meta, kind of a meta. This is potentially really fucking spicy. Equity via token. Check this out. This is actually interesting. The Caesar token, AI, it's an AI token, right? Owning token equals like equity in company. Fuck, dude. Like, this is like the right way to do ICM. I'm watching this, dude. I'm watching that shit. I'm praying for you, Luna.
Hi, Mark, founder.
Wait, because I said you don't want to alienate those guys? I mean, fine, fair. But I don't know. I wouldn't be making enemies right now,
Caesar, and I'm joined by Neil, co-founder of Centrifuge Labs.
Fucking facts, though. Absolutely. All right, Caesar and then aliens.
Today, we're excited to announce a first for our companies and for our industry. Caesar has grown into a remarkable team drawn from some of the world's most innovative organizations. On the benchmarks that matter, we match and often surpass the field. Put simply, we have built an AI search and research engine that leads the world. What sets us apart is our belief in people. AI is not here to replace human judgment. It is here to enrich it, to extend what each of us can do. Whether you are a scientist pursuing a breakthrough, a lawyer crafting the perfect defense, or an electrician mastering a new installation, we are building to stand beside you.
All right, let me see if
But
there's
for
anything
crypto
else.
native startups everywhere, Through our SEC-approved transfer agent license, we can now issue tokenized equity with the same protections as traditional securities, while benefiting from the infrastructure, speed, and transparency of the blockchain.
I think that's pretty fucking cool, guys. Is anybody else doing that? That seems pretty fucking cool. This is a 17 million market cap token. And I have a feeling, I don't know how hard it was to get, whatever kind of, I don't know how hard it was to be compliant or get, I don't know if it's licensing or what, I have no idea, right? But if that works, if it's legal, whatever, I think we are going to see everybody do this. Everybody. I think this is the ICM. This is like what ICM should have been. This is what, tokens we were hoping would be, right? You own a token. Fuck, dude. Anti the vector.fun thing, again, spoiler for you guys know the story, I'm sure, but like the platform that was acquired has nothing to do with the token. The token that was tied to it is not going to be part of this ecosystem on Coinbase, meaning the token tied to the platform no longer has any utility or relation to the platform. It's like the opposite of this. Beanie had tweeted yesterday that the tokens are dead now. As in, you don't invest in a token. You're not going to get in any kind of pre-sale for a token for a platform when there's nothing that keeps them tied together. There never was. It was like a handshake agreement. But it's like it's fantasy. It's not real. This is different. You buy a platform's token and its ownership in the company and the startup. That's what ICM should really be. Tokenized equity from owning the actual crypto. I think that's huge, dude. I think that's fucking huge. And now all of a sudden I'm watching for, look, they're on virtuals. They didn't launch on virtuals, but they're in the ACP, like the agents plugged into their cluster. I'm going to see now if we have a whole bunch of new AI tokens, and even retroactively, you can do this. If owning token now doesn't just like, it's just the fantasy that it's ownership of the brand of the company, but it like actually is on paper.
But for the crypto-native startups everywhere.
Yeah.
Through our SEC-approved transfer agent license, we can now issue tokenized equity with the same protections as traditional securities.
I think that's fucking wild. I think that's wild. Okay, watch for that shit. I think we're going to see a lot more, and we might see some big projects. What if, like, Tibber did that, right? Or I'm just trying to think of some other big AI tokens. I mean, it doesn't have to be an AI token, anything. Anything in the ICM, like, kind of, ballpark. What if they did that? Own the token equals owning having equity. It's fucking interesting, man. I think that's a big deal. So I hope you've seen that out there already. If not, that was your first time seeing it, I think pay attention to that. Man. And let's watch and see if we have new meta. Not new meta, like just new way this is going forward. Exactly what we were always hoping for. Pull up some tokens that I think would be crazy if that's how it worked. Oh, dude, nice. Sorry, but Repo had launched this week. Yeah, yesterday. Almost 4 mil FDV. Who's our big boys? Let me see here. Just gonna look on virtuals. So yeah, owning Mamo, owning Facey or Fassy, whatever, right? Like, again, owning these things. Yeah, there's Tibber, or excuse me, Caesar is at 13 mil. I don't know, man. I like it. I think there's something much bigger happening there. That's just the start. Be good for us, man. OpenSea Q1, MetaMask, I don't think we know, but I think soon. Actually, hang on. Am I crazy for thinking MetaMask is maybe December? Maybe. What's up, Marty? Good morning. I'm sorry, dude, I owe you a reply. I'm sorry. I saw your message. But I dig it. All right, let's do some UFO talk. All right, new documentary came out yesterday called Age of Disclosure. There's some cool shit there, but I'll tell you this. Nothing new. Like nothing new. New people talking about it, kind of. I would say this even, if you saw the trailer, maybe I'll play it, but like if you saw the trailer, you kind of saw everything. And if you're kind of plugged into that stuff anyways, you've heard it all. You've seen it all. What's maybe new is a couple more like there was a couple more like, I don't know. They gave some more stories of like contact, right? Of like UFOs interacting with us. Like very specific too, like aliens landing, like 3 ships landing at an Air Force base and coming out and like meeting with like a general or some shit like that. Like that's cool. Oh, but also that's not new. That's been out there. That's like not a very like mainstream one of those stories, but that's been out there. But yeah, there were a couple cool stories. For the most part, no, they talked about 0 point energy. Actually, without even saying 0 point energy, it's what they were talking about. They were talking about that these ships move with like a gravitational field, like a warp drive. They kind of bend space-time, which is pretty fucking cool to have people like that. We're talking about people as high up in the government as you can get talking about that, which is pretty cool.
I think Elon knows.
Look,
I like this too. Elon's been on the Rogan show, what, twice now? And Joe always asks him about UFOs, and Elon says, I don't think they're there. Like, he just says he doesn't know anything about it. And he would know it, you know, he's the guy who would know. Anyway, says he doesn't. Rogan's saying he's pretty sure Elon does, and this is just he's playing the game.
I think Elon knows.
Look, I've seen him obviously talk to you about it. I think he knows a lot.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think you get the contracts and the clearances you need to operate in space without some horse trading.
Yeah, when I went to SpaceX, I'm like, motherfucker, you know everything. There's no way you're launching these fucking things into space without them keying you in on exactly what's going on. He's just sly about it.
Well,
He goes, well, if they are aliens, they're certainly all subtle. That's what he says. Like,
Well,
are they really? I don't know, man.
I think it's impossible to operate in space like he does and not be aware of everything. And also at the level.
So, like, here's the deal. I don't think it's worth your time watching that documentary. I do think, if you love this shit, I do think it's worth your time doing. Oh, yeah, you guys should link up. You guys would get along well. You guys would get along well. If you like this shit, watch the episode of Rogan from yesterday. Like, fuck the documentary. Watch the episode of Rogan. They talk about some cool shit there. He talks about U.S., like, again, general, Air Force pilot, whatever, being with an alien as it was dying and the thing talking to him while it's dying. Cool story. Here we go. This one's great.
Private defense contractors have this technology. Elements of the government have this technology.
You're convinced.
Beyond convinced.
And what do you think that technology consists of?
I have been completely convinced by multiple members of the intelligence community, the military, senior leaders in government, people who are running the Senate Armed Services Committee, the Senate Intelligence Committee, someone who sits on the White House National Security Council, that our country has recovered dozens of crashed craft of non-human origin.
Dozens.
And done so since the 40s. And there has been success for reverse engineering elements of this technology. And the same thing has been happening in China and Russia. And it's a very real situation. It's a high-stakes situation. It is referred to as the atomic race on steroids.
Ooh, real quick, and this will be a tomorrow thing too, but Zcash, quick temp check. Who here is bullish on Zcash and who is not? Because you've got like the who's who of crypto Twitter, and they're on totally opposite sides. Totally opposite sides. You know, like Beanie, Wizard of Soho on the it's a scam side. And you got Mert who can't get enough Zcash. You guys like Zcash? Now, they talk about that, by the way, Cutie, in the documentary. They're like, no, the Area 51 stuff's like real. Like, that's real. Like, that happened. There was a ship that crashed. We shot it down, or it crashed, but there were 4 bodies recovered in it. They talk about in this, they have multiple bodies. He mentions in the documentary 2 different species that we have, or he didn't. Somebody in the documentary said it. We have 2 different species, but in the Rogan thing, they mentioned there's like 4. There's like big praying mantis, like insect things. There's one of them that's my favorite, but there's those. There's like little gray aliens, like in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. There's some like big, tall humanoid looking things. I think that's like the Nords, like big, tall humanoid looking things. And then this is the best one. Little ET dudes, like little cute guys that look like ET, but they don't think they're like alive. They think they're like robots or like AI creatures. How fucking cool would that be? Little ET robot dudes who like fly around and visit us. Fuck, man. I hope that's true. I think it is true, by the way. I do. I think that's true.
One of the unexpected things I learned in talking to sources, like real credible people, is that some of the crashes were actual crashes, where just, you know, crashes happen, just like they do for, you know, you could drive as safe as possible, fly as safe as possible, crashes are going to happen. But some of them were actually caused by elements of our military intelligence community and elements of foreign military intelligence community people. So like one of the realizations early on was that atomic weapon test, nuclear weapon testing, atomic weapon testing has a ripple effect that can down these things.
Especially high altitude nuclear testing, which is one of the things that they did in the 1950s in particular.
Yeah, and so they started doing it.
Yeah.
To like shoot fish in a barrel, basically.
They did it on purpose?
Yeah. And so did Russia.
That's why they were doing it?
Yeah, and then Russia started doing it.
No.
Yeah, and then
it's like throwing dynamite.
Bro, how about that? How about that? We fired nukes into the air, like all these nuclear tests. We did it maybe not to like test the weapon. We did it to hope we'd hit a space like a UFO. How fucking crazy is that? And it worked. Apparently it worked. Like we some of the crafts we've recovered have been exactly from that. Check this out. Hang on. I pulled up yesterday. They mentioned in the interview here, like time lapses that show all the nuclear tests. Check this out. Dude, when you see a time lapse of all the nuclear tests, it's fucking insane. Here, I'm gonna mute that. You'll just see it light up when the tests happen. Hang on. And then you're just gonna see, there we go. Hang on, let's go. So every little, light is a test. And you just see them going off like fucking endlessly, like just a stream of these tests. Dude, part of what that is literally, again, shooting a nuke into the air, hoping they hit a UFO. How fucking crazy is that? How fucking crazy is that? And it worked. It worked. We've got dozens of craft. Okay, so in it, they don't show any new footage. They don't show bodies. They don't show any data. There's nothing. All it is people like sitting down and telling some stories. Kind of fucking lame.
And I am completely convinced of that. And the contractors the defense contractors that people like Jay Stratton and Lou Elizondo and people on the Senate Intel Committee have told me are involved are Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, Battelle, big companies that have a lot of resources and are advancing this technology, but it's all so classified and so deeply hidden that it hinders progress. And the fear that if this technology got out, it'd be used by bad actors to create weapons of mass destruction has sort of prevented the scientific progress that could be better for mankind, that could be good for mankind. Like this technology, to quote Hal Puthoff in the film, he says, this is the key to interstellar travel. This is the key to exploring the galaxy.
That's what's up. That's the cool shit. Like that's where this stuff gets pretty exciting. The whole 0 point energy thing and what fuels these craft, how they travel. Like it takes so much energy to power these things, and where do they get it from? They kind of pull it from the air, which is crazy, but that's 0 point energy.
Real credible people.
Crazy shit. This dude's seen bodies too. That's what we need. I think we need to see bodies. They asked him in that interview, Rogan asked him, like, why don't we see the footage of it? Like, that's the one thing we need at this point, which I think is true. Right? Like, wouldn't that make sense? The one thing we need is, like, let's see the bodies. Hang on, I want to get that tab back up. And his answer I didn't love. But he's like, okay, look, we put out a video that's crystal clear, which, by the way, they have. They said it's all still classified, but they have, like, crystal clear video. I mean, they need to get some UFOs too, right? So he said they have all the videos, crystal clear, multiple angles, high def, whatever. Couple things. They're like, often it's not clear when we take pictures because they're inside that bubble, right? They're in this, like, warp bubble. But they've got really, like, indisputable, like, high quality footage that's classified. But if they ever put it out, it would be like, boom, we know for sure. But he's like, if we put it out or somebody put it out, and this guy couldn't, he doesn't have it. But he's like, we would just say it's AI. And he's like, better than that now is getting these high ranking officials on record saying what's actually real. I don't know. I like maybe half agree here. They have a video. This is on, they actually have it recorded, which they didn't show, which sucks, but they have it. Us shooting a dummy nuke into the air and then a ship coming up to it, like flying in. By the way, they say these things fly at like 40,000 miles an hour. Like, that's how fucking fast. Flies up to it, shoots a beam at it, goes on top of it, shoots a beam, goes to the left, shoots a beam, goes under it, shoots a beam, and then it flies off. Crazy shit. Yeah, we need to see more, and we need more than just this. The documentary, yeah, this is it. There's nothing new. Nothing new. New people talking about it, but nothing actually new from it. So I don't know. I was kind of let down, but also it's a good watch. Also a good watch. And I think there's more coming. And part of their goal for doing this, they're trying to get Trump to actually have like a press conference and like put it out there and put pressure on these like shadow entities, not like people, but like the parts of the government that are not being watched and are keeping this stuff hidden. They want it out there. Funny enough, if we learn that they're real, it makes just everything we're doing obsolete. Kind of does. I don't know. Then I think it's back to like just pure tech, because then money's not an issue. It's like, it's kind of true, because then energy isn't worth, our oil's worth nothing. The implications of this stuff, like actually coming out and being real, are fucking bonkers. I think at that point, things would be different. You could safely say everything's different. But then it's just using blockchain and AI together for like the purest source of like truth. Kind of that simple. Sounds silly, but all right. Today's gonna be a short one. I think we'll wrap here. Tomorrow, tomorrow we'll do some Zcash. We'll do some vector.fun. I have a whole bunch of shit I didn't get to, but I got a lot of work to do today. God damn it. Some Bitcoin FUD actually around Zcash. Again, we'll save that for tomorrow. What else do we have? Pudgy Penguins news, some Solana, actually some I'll throw this on the screen. Really interesting Solana news. There's a proposal to increase disinflation rate on Solana to almost double it. I don't know. I've never understood Solana tokenomics. Maybe this is the point to finally learn it. Could be. Anyway, fam, hope you have a great day. Live tomorrow, same time, 8:30 Eastern. Probably. Definitely. I hope your day is great, guys. We'll see you later. Goodbye.